What he seems to be saying is that he thinks it's unsightly for it to be up on Jimmy Cliff Boulevard and other areas for a 6-month period. So if that's his contention, it seems as if he wants a new law. But there's a process in which you amend a law or to enact a new law. And this is not it. It's not to ignore what the current provision is and to do what you feel like.
So the PNP has asked...
Getting is bad advice, in my opinion.
Bless up, ABR family and viewers. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, and Isabel Rose. And in this one, MP for Western Westmoreland, Morland Wilson, speaks out following his loss in the internal runoff, as well as Ian Ailes exposes some shocking information as it pertains to Garfield James. And Dr. Dayton Campbell reveals in an interview with Dion Jackson Miller of their take as it pertains to the mayor of Montego Bay being stubborn, being political in removing only the People's National Party signs and billboard. Stay tuned for the details at hand. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for the continued support. Now, ABR family, following his defeat, Morland Wilson MP for Western Westmoreland warning the Westmoreland people against Garfield James. And the People's National Party candidate Ian Ailes, who is a favorite at this time, welcomes the vote from the Jamaica Labour Party and basically giving us some more information as it pertains to Ian Miles and Garfield James. What a bangarang, but I say to our fellow People's National Party supporters and candidates, don't get drawn in or don't focus too much on their business. Let us continue to mind our business and to continue to let the people know why is it that we're pushing for a People's National Party government under the leadership of Mark Jefferson Golding.
This is Morland Wilson, MP for Westmoreland Western. It has been brought to my attention that my opponent is on national radio making statements that we have had discussions. I want to categorically state that this is a lie and this is a continuation of the lies that has been spread throughout the campaign. And because of the continuation of these lies, I have no intention of having any discussion with this person.
But let me tell you something now, man. You see that boy there from Clarendon when he and James? And the one from Hanover when he and Miles? I two worst boy I may ever know. Them the two boys that come over PNP, you know, and do everything for undermine me. Everything for mash up a party. All in just want power for themselves. No power for help people, you know, because let me tell you something, brethren. You see when Christmas time come, I go to them and tell them to give out work for people. Them. It what them tell me no, you know. It what them tell me no, say them I wait till January. When January come, it's a different argument, then tell you. Them not in this for people, are just raw ambition and power for destroy. Then do everything for mash up a PNP. Me say everything they do for mash up a PNP. But the delegates of the PNP rejected them because of their behavior. Every day they would get up, them get up every day and undermine me. And I get me wrong, you know, me feel away from Morland still. Because you're a human. You feel away from him because you're a human being. Because him accept them over there. And then go over there and then do the same thing where they do to me, no different. It's the same thing where they do to me. Then try for this, then destroy him too. And you know, see what the man them do? From the man them go over there the first day, the man them lock down their office. Then lock up the office at Little London and then James lock up him office at Sheffield. Lock up their office. And you know, all in a barrel, they don't help the man in a barrel. And the man one out there work. And where two of them do in a barrel, two of them go hide. Two of them go hide. May I tell you? Me never see nothing like this yet. That boy James from Clarendon, may I tell you? Yeah man, you're right, Clarendon James. And Ian Miles. I too worse. You see all the Miles him up at school. him not have one subject, him not qualify for up there as a teacher, him get degree, him not have nothing for sure for government for up there teach. But because the other one a principal, them all keep him up there. Mr. Man, I know nothing about people. A 10-year him a councillor, Little London. 10-year, the other one a councillor, Sheffield. And the only thing they have to show as a monument is every Christmas when they put up a Christmas tree. Yeah. Me feel that some of Morland people don't support me. Because me come from Westmoreland, you know. Me come from Westmoreland. The other youth where I run come from Clarendon. And me hear them a call him doctor. Doctor of what? Doctor nothing. Anybody can buy a degree, you know. Anybody can pay for a degree. I tell you, man. Then go over the people them party and then mash up the people them party. Yeah, man, me say them deserve to go in the Guinness Book of World Record. But a Morland accept them over there. And then destroy the party. Them the two that destroy the party. But the people will send them home pretty soon. Mark my word.
Now, following the removal of the People's National Party's billboard and signs down there in the Montego Bay area via the mayor, Richard Vernon, he still has not lived up to the ultimatum. We are yet to hear any update as to whether or not he replaced those signs or if he had indeed destroyed those signs. And so we're seeing Dayton Campbell, who is a part of the ECJ, is speaking out on an interview, letting us know that they will continue to seek out how best they can take action, because this mayor is unwilling to follow the protocols of the Roper Act, and he is taking up matters into his own hand and playing political victimization. Nowhere else across the island you have any PNP-led municipality doing what he is doing, and the fact that he only removed the People's National Party speaks volume. But hear this from Dayton Campbell.
The display of those political advertisements is provided for by law, and the mayor has disagreed with the PNP's interpretation. So we're talking specifically about, let's see, these are the Town and Country Planning Act, Control of Advertisements Regulations of 1978. So we're joined now by the General Secretary of the People's National Party, Dr. Dayton Campbell. We'll hear a little later on from the mayor, Mr. Vernon. But the specific segment here is Section 13 of the regulations, which speaks of advertisements that can be displayed without express consent. And that includes, it says, any advertisement relating specifically to a pending parliamentary or local government election. All right? So this is a crux of the dispute. Dr. Campbell, appreciate you talking to us. Thank you so much.
Good evening and good evening to your listeners.
Appreciate it as always. So the PNP is saying that, and let me just point out, just for listeners, just for the record, that both parties have been putting up posters and boards in and around Kingston, for instance. You're seeing the different constituencies, Kingston and St. Andrew, you're going to the different constituencies. You're seeing the signs are up on both sides. So tell us, as I mentioned, you are claiming that as a basis of your, what should I say, as a legal basis for what you're doing in terms of putting up the boards around St. James, correct?
Right. So legally and conventionally, what we're doing, we find it to be right, in that the Town and Country Act allows for display of political materials prior to an impending election. And the ROPA defines the campaign period as being 54 months after the last general elections, essentially 6 months before the 5-year anniversary, which will be in September. So we were written to in March to say that we are officially in the campaign period commencing March 7th.
Written to by whom?
By the ECJ, I believe.
Okay.
to say we're officially in the campaign period. So any financing and anything like that, we will have to report because we are indeed in the official campaign period. That has been the convention that we have adhered to for general and local government elections. And the mayor who has taken this view, which is contrary to what everybody else is practicing, also still has up poster boards of himself in St. James that have not been removed from last year for the local government election. And there are other poster boards of other members, including the deputy mayor of Montego Bay, that are still up. As you have said in your introduction, that across the other parishes, there is clear display of billboards and poster boards for candidates of both political parties. And none of the mayors that are in an era where the PNP has control, which there are 38 constituencies that fall under the councils that the PNP currently lead, and only 25 under the councils that the JLP lead. And yet still we have not taken that decision to remove any of the billboards. And the mayor has not taken any decision to remove any of the billboards of the Jamaica Labour Party. What he seems to be saying is that he thinks it's unsightly for it to be up on Jimmy Cliff Boulevard and other areas for a 6-month period. So if that's his contention, it seems as if he wants a new law. But there's a process in which you amend a law or to enact a new law. And this is not it. It's not to ignore what the current provision is and to do what you feel like.
So the PNP has asked...
is bad advice, in my opinion.
So the PNP has made an official complaint to the Electoral Commission here?
Correct.
And this is to remind listeners, the Electoral Commission now includes the office of the political ombudsman. So I guess we'll see. Which
we are still protesting against, by the way, especially now in the heightened campaign period. Take, for example, myself. I am a commissioner at the ECJ, which would make me an ombudsman, but I'm also the chief executive officer for the party and the one that would be representing the individuals. So the boards are being taken down for the candidates. I'm the one that they're going to come to make representation on their behalf. And I am in turn having to make representation to myself.
Well, has if I could ask, has there been a decision within the Electoral Commission in terms of how it is going to deal with this issue of also being the political ombudsman? Is it that the political members of the commission are going to sit out all discussions? What's going to happen?
Discussions are taking place.
Just now?
The ECJ is not able to tell the government that we're not going to do what we're asked to do legally. The appeal is to the government for them to reconsider. The one place that we do not want to get the appearance of political bias is in the Electoral Commission. In 2016, when the election results were 32-31, we peacefully handed over power because there was no concern about the electoral process.
I'm so sorry.
We can be proud of.
Hold a moment, Dr. Campbell. I'm saying, and I should say to my producer, let's see if Sir Jarrett will talk to us. We haven't spoken to him for a while in his ECJ capacity. What I'm really asking is not about whether the ECJ is going to act as the ombudsman or not. It's have the commissioners decided on a mechanism is what I'm asking Dr. Campbell. So have the commissioners decided, for instance, that the independent members will sit and hear complaints and the political representatives wouldn't involved? Has a mechanism within the ECJ been decided as to how it's going to be?
There are discussions around the mechanism. We haven't finalized anything. And in the local government election, the mechanism that was employed was pretty much for the politically appointed persons to speak to members on their side when an issue came up. And I don't think that is sufficient because I do not believe the issues that came up during that campaign were sufficiently addressed. Nor do I think they will be in this instance either. Because in this instance, this matter comes up, you're going to say to the two members appointed by the Prime Minister to speak to the Mayor of Montego Bay, and he clearly is heading down a road that he is not intended on listening to anyone. So he needs, in my view, an unbiased mediator, a referee in the process, even if just for this period, the official campaign period. But I think there needs to be an independent body that is outside of the Electoral Commission to address and deal with these matters.
So when did the complaint go in to the Electoral Commission?
We sent the letter to the ECJ last week.
Last week. All right. In the interim then, has the PNP stopped putting up posters in St. James until you get a determination here?
Well, these boards are not cheap. they're not cheap. And the mayor has pretty much just confiscated these materials unlawfully.
Have they been destroyed or can they be remounted?
I'm not sure what he has done with them. But I do know that there are still billboards up of Jamaica Labour Party candidates in St. James that have not been removed from last year's local government election. Yet still he's taking down it to me is political victimization, intimidation, and it is flirting with, tampering with the peace that we have enjoyed in the political process, because what is likely to happen is that you're going to have retaliation. So we now have to be appealing to our members not to retaliate, to take down anybody else's board. And I think it is just totally unnecessary, and he should desist from doing it. There's nothing good that comes of it. This is the law, it is the tradition, and I don't know what he's trying to prove. In a similar way, after the local government election, he was advised by his senator, Charles Sinclair, not to sign in some of his own members. He needs to get better legal advice.
The question, I'm nearly out of time. The question I was going to ask was that question in relation to 13.1a, which says any advertisement specifically relating to a pending parliamentary or local government election, and to ask about that word pending. But you're saying that the PNP certainly is interpreting, or what should I say, relating the pending period, equating it to the fact that the ECJ has now said we're now in an election period, and therefore reporting,
based on the ROPA.
And that reporting requirements for campaign finance and so on now apply.
Absolutely, including for those billboards that he's taking down. We will have to account for those.
So it's no secret what this mayor is doing, playing politics. And we definitely need the ECJ to get down to the bottom of this and to get that independent referee to stand and reprimand when we have these foolishness going on, or when we have this foolishness taking place. It's more evident that this government does not appreciate or respect our law. ABR family, go ahead and chime in. Let me hear what you say. Jump on the comments in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. On the road to 30k and beyond, help me to get there. Get this video to at least 6,000 likes. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself.